if you managed to catch Strictly Come Dancing judge Anton Du Beke in his panto debut as Buttons, you will also recognise Rosemary Ashe, who headlined as the fairy godmother alongside him in Richmond Theatre's 2021 pantomime Cinderella. Let's talk about how Cinderella at the Richmond Theatre went, because obviously it had a phenomenal cast. You was there at Christmas with Anton from Strictly Come Dancing. How was that?
Oh, it was totally joyous. He's such a lovely man. I loved working with him. He's really friendly. You know, they say that a good company, if there's a good feeling from in a company, it comes from the top. It really did. He was just
I agree.
He is what you see is what you get, and he's friendly to everybody. Talked to everybody. He and I were next door to each other in the dressing room, so we were in and out of each other's dressing rooms all the time, making coffee and chatting, and I just had such fun with him. He's absolutely delightful. It was great, and we were lucky because, you know, a few people got COVID, but he and I didn't.
Yeah.
We managed, and we didn't lose any performances, and the audiences really enjoyed it. And of course, for me, it's local because where I live, it's sort of just up the road, Richmond. I live in West London in Chiswick, so it was nice to do a pantomime and be at home. But I was just thrilled to be, and that theatre is so beautiful, the Richmond Theatre.
Oh, it looks so nice. It looks really nice. I think if you can do any pantomime, that is the theatre that you want at Christmas. It just
my
looks
goodness,
phenomenal.
it's gorgeous. And we had real horses, and it was
I saw the trailer. It looked amazing.
And you know what was so lovely, that people just loved being, the audiences just loved being back in the theatre. I mean, it just
it's such a blessing, isn't it, to be back in the theatre, because it's been so long. I imagine many Londoners and people from Richmond really did miss their pantomime. So I think Cinderella at Christmas with Anton and yourself, it was a huge comeback for pantomime in the area, wasn't it?
It definitely was, yeah. So I felt very lucky. I mean, it was tough doing 12 shows a week. It was tiring, but you know, we had fun, and it was worth it.
When I knew I'd be interviewing you, I did kind of know it would be after your pantomime, because I know how kind of grueling pantomime can be. I mean, it does test your limits, doesn't it? I mean, you also get very limited kind of rehearsal time as well. We'll get onto that in a minute. But I mean, I actually looked at the atgtickets.com Richmond website, and the panto run completely sold out. Literally, I mean, the cast was amazing, so of course it sold out. But it had red dots for the whole run, which means it was completely sold out. So
that's good.
You know, that's incredible. Didn't you know that? It completely sold out.
I mean, I knew it, but then some people did return their tickets. Some people got a bit scared, you know, about coming because of COVID. But in general, it was pretty good. Now, I didn't know the whole run was sold out. I knew it was pretty well sold out over Christmas, right over the Christmas period. But,
well, without a doubt, it was very successful for the producers of the show. Are you hoping to get Richmond this Christmas then for pantomime? Are you in any negotiations?
No, it's a bit early. You don't usually hear about pantomime till July. So it's a bit early at the moment. It's a bit early. We wouldn't be asked to do Richmond again. You'd probably, you know, it would be somewhere else. You know, I expect another venue.
Yeah, it could be Wimbledon, because that's not far. New Wimbledon Theatre, so they've got Snow White. So maybe, do you fancy the Wicked Queen this Christmas, Rosie, at the Wimbledon Theatre?
I've played Wicked Queen before. It's great fun. Yeah, I like being evil.
Jack and the Beanstalk this Christmas at the Richmond Theatre. So you'd be good as Mother Nature, but of course they do move you around and stuff, don't they? They move a lot of the casting and the stars around to other theatres. So usually once you've done one theatre, it could be never again. So what do you think the difference is between pantomime to anything else you've done? What's the stamina like? How do you keep going?
Well, pantomime, of course, you have to. You only have about a week's rehearsal, so and then
a week's rehearsal.
A week's rehearsal, yeah.
That's nothing. That's such a quick turnaround.
So you have to be what they call off book when you start. You have to know the script and have a good understanding of the music. Yeah, it's like nothing else really. You've got to be what they call show fit. You've got to be physically fit, look after yourself, because it's a grueling schedule. It's usually 12 shows a week. Sometimes it's 2 shows a day. I've even done pantomimes where there have been 3 shows a day. That is really tiring.
Oh, right.
Morning, afternoon.
Yeah.
You can't really do much else when you're doing panto. You have to, go to bed reasonably early, not drink too much.
No.
And just
I think you have to be good to yourself.
Yeah, you do, and think. Well, one aspect of it I quite enjoy sometimes is that I watch a bit of television in the morning before I go off, which I never do. But I just think I've got to rest, so I watch something like Rip Off Britain and have a laugh. but you can't really, and anybody who does pantomime would say the same thing. You can't do anything else. So you have to just focus on that, because you've got to make every performance fresh. That's the most important thing, because the audience will sing it for the first time, and no matter how tired you're feeling, you've got to go on and deliver the same, with the same energy. You can't let it drop. So it's far more energy with a pantomime, I think. Well, you've got to have a lot of energy with all shows, but because it's twice daily, you can't let it slip. You've got to keep it up, and you've got to have a lot of.
No, I agree. I agree. I think with pantomime, it has to be 100% or nothing. The energy has to be sustained every single day for the shows that are on in the run.
Yeah, well, that's what you're paid. You're paid to do it. That's what you're paid to do. So you've got to deliver.
Yeah, exactly. But it must have been great fun. Of course, it must have been lovely to see all the youngsters, really enjoying themselves. It must be pure joy. I imagine it is real pure joy, isn't it? Being up there as a performer at Christmas, seeing families just having a great time. I think there's nothing really better you could do as a performer at Christmas other than panto.
I think a lot of people underestimate how difficult pantomime is. And how
it's a real art,
and they might say it's only panto. Well, it's not only panto, it's a real skill.
No, it's not.
There's a real skill to it, and it takes a lot of stamina, and you've got to entertain, you've got to know how to deliver it. And not everybody can do that.
No, they can't, I agree. Yeah, because I watched a previous interview. Leslie Joseph starred as the Wicked Queen in 2019 at the Birmingham Hippodrome in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and she said in one of her interviews, she said that pantomime is a real art, and audiences are starting to suddenly realise now that it's a real art from page to stage to get the production going. It is real work. It's not just the fun that you see on stage. It is a long run, so you have to kind of be on your A game every single day it's on, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got to be a big performer for most pantomime. You've got to deliver it large. You can't let up at all. And
you definitely delivered it large at Christmas in Cinderella. So yeah, that was great to hear.